This is Elias with you again at Dream Inspire, Dream Properties. As always, I'm just telling you and keep reminding you, we have figures, and the figures which we are having are potential. Mostly the ones who started from zero just to inspire you, they made it in their life. Chad Chawanda, all the way from Zimbabwe to Dubai.
Thank you.
Please. We are having Chad today, and also we will discuss how he started his journey of success. One of the successful with good connections in the world. I'm not talking about Zimbabwe only, talking about the world. So we'll have him here today, and he will introduce himself. Please welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Who is Chad, by the way?
Chad is a young boy from a place called Waterfalls in Harare.
Okay.
I grew up in Harare, and now Chad is the Intra Africa Trader,
Okay.
and on a journey to learn,
Mhm.
on a learning journey, and sharing as I learn.
Okay.
That's how I could say.
Intra Africa Trader, and we are talking about Dubai because you just move your capital from another place, bringing it to Dubai. What is the connection of Africa and Dubai?
In 2015, I was at the Africa Global Business Forum.
Namibia, I think.
No, so that one was here in Dubai.
Okay.
It is an event done by Dubai Chamber.
Ah.
And they asked me, I remember there's an interview, it's on the Instagram page. They said, why are you here? I said, sometimes you have to come to Dubai to learn what is happening in Africa. That's how Dubai is connecting Africa. Dubai is a hub for Africa.
You just come to Dubai to learn about Africa.
Yeah.
And as an African.
As an African.
It's confusion.
Yeah.
It's confusing at all.
It is, but that's what it is. It's easier to go to Africa from Dubai than it is from Africa.
I think you're confusing me, but I will leave that with you till next time.
Yeah.
So, Chad, how did you start the journey of success? Because I can tell you, one of the success people who I know in Africa, mostly in Zimbabwe, with good connections. So, how did you start?
Oh, the journey started in Zimbabwe, and I was, in 2002 in Zimbabwe, the economy was still good, but there were signs that things might not look good at the time. And I had an option to either continue with my education so that I can get a job and, and then grow in the corporate ladder. But the corporate ladder wasn't looking like there was a ladder. So I realized that with the background that I had with the father that had retired, it was now into entrepreneurship.
Okay.
With my three mother's brothers, they were all in entrepreneurship. So I looked at them and I thought, I'm going to try this thing called entrepreneurship. And that's how I started. And I started a panel beating company.
Panel beating on cars, I think.
Panel beating, fixing cars.
Yes.
Yeah. The first car I actually bought, and I think about it today, and I don't know if I would buy a car like that again. But the first car I bought was a Toyota RAV4. And the guy that I bought it from an insurance company.
Okay.
But, I didn't know when I was buying it. I didn't ask that question. But when I got it, I then asked, so is the person who was in this car okay? And I was told he died in the car. That was scary.
Already bought it and also started to use it.
Yeah, I bought it already. Now I'm about to start fixing it. So I was scared, but what do you do?
The first money which you put on panel beating, where did it come?
So it came from savings. I was fortunate that my father was, when I was growing up, we were poor, like really poor. And fortunately, when he retired, he got some lump sum.
The pension
from civil service.
Yes.
He tried entrepreneurship. He failed, and he had to be rescued by his friend, whom he had helped when he was homeless. The friend was homeless like 10 years earlier. And he was now doing well. He was an entrepreneur. And my father went in to get help, and they started working together after he had failed the first time, just after retiring. And they started doing well. So, a youngster who's got money, he was in his 30s at the time. He started giving me money as well. So I started saving money. My age difference between me and my father is 21 years. So, yeah, so we were like brothers, and fortunately, I managed to buy a car with the money that I had saved, and I sold the car to start the business. Yeah.
And the business was doing well at that time.
My business. No. So I started the panel beating company. And when I started it, I didn't tell my father that I was starting the business. So he then, I wanted to surprise him. I thought he would be proud of me. But when he came to see the place, when I told him that I've started, come and have a look, he then said, "Oh, we'll talk when they get home." He didn't look happy. I said, "What? What's happening?" And we got home, and he says, "You're gonna close this thing." I said, "But why are you jealous?" He said, "No, I'm not jealous, but you're gonna close this thing." I said, "What's the problem?" He says, "You're going to close this thing." And I said, "Okay, explain." So the guy I was working with had just gone broke. And he says, "Do you know why he went broke?" I said, "No." He says, "He went broke because his partner had just gone to jail." I said, "What?" He says, "Yeah." So sadly, at the time in Zimbabwe, people that were in the car businesses were also playing in the stolen cars space. There was actually a musician in Zimbabwe called Simon Chibetu. He was once arrested, and he served jail time for buying a car that was stolen. So it was a common thing in Zimbabwe.
So you closed the business because the father
said I must close it. He was afraid. So he said, "I won't allow you to carry on with this business. Otherwise, I have to come and get you from jail."
Okay.
So it wasn't successful.
Now you're moving from Zimbabwe because you have your business there.
Yes.
Now you're shifting some capital to here in Dubai.
Yes.
I will need to know also them. They will need to know why only Dubai. Why you are focusing Dubai out of Zimbabwe. Why not other countries?
So I would say I'm not moving capital per se out of Zimbabwe. But what I've done is I've already been a global citizen. So, when you are doing import and export, you want to be in an environment that allows you to get the instruments that you need. So, easy LCs. Zimbabwe has had sanctions. So imagine you want to buy products from Tanzania and you want to export them to China, but you are in Zimbabwe. It can't work because because there were sanctions, and I've experienced them. Some might say there are no sanctions in Zimbabwe. I did experience them as a trader. I've had to be told that you cannot do this because your country is in sanctions.
Oh,
yeah.
So Dubai, because there is no sanction, or why?
There is, Dubai is an interesting place. I don't think there are many places in the whole world that has got a support system for entrepreneurship. What do I mean by that? If you want to do minerals, you go to DMCC. Okay. If you want to be in the digital space, you go to Dubai Internet City. If you want to be in the finance space, you go to DIFC. If you want to do logistics, you go to Jebel Ali Port. So they are not, and this is an ecosystem that is created for you to succeed. So, and then, there's one thing about Dubai as well. It's positivity. I think it was 2018 or 2017, one of these years, I was looking forward to seeing the fireworks, or rather the at the Burj Khalifa there. And a friend of mine invited me. So he had a friend who had an apartment that overlooks the Burj Khalifa. So we went there and we were watching, we were waiting, and then he says, "There's a fire there. There's a fire." I said, "Where?" So we all went out. It was just a small, it looked like someone was braaiing. And guess what? The address was on fire. You know, the address hotel.
Yes, I remember.
It was on fire.
Yeah, yeah.
We saw the whole thing. And you know what we said? We said, no, there's no way the fireworks are going to happen. People have died in there. Things are bad. You know, coming from Africa, when there's a fire,
everything stops.
Everything stops. Mm-hmm. And midnight, we watched the fire. We watched the fireworks. That's Dubai.
We'll be back again with you shortly. Thank you. We're back on it again. So now we are moving from one side of investment to another. I've seen you in golf courses in almost all over the world. What exactly are you doing on those golf courses? Because you are traveling just only to go and play golf, or you are doing something else, maybe, which you don't see.
So, you know, golf helped me. I started playing golf when I was 19. And not professionally, for fun. But golf is a sport that helps you with discipline. And the most interesting thing is that golf is for business. Majority of people in business play golf. So the connections, the networking, the lessons, I then thought that I don't think a lot of people really know and understand the value of golf. So I decided in December 2023, I went online and I checked. There was nobody talking about business on the golf course, creating social media content. So I think I'm the first one to do that, especially in Africa.
I can say.
I don't know other places, but I haven't seen. So I could be the first one in the whole world. I don't know. Yeah.
So how do you connect business with golf with your platforms? Because I've seen you with some other platforms which either you started already or you are running the platforms about the social media, contents and digital agency.
Yes. So I've set up a digital agency here in Dubai.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Because I think any serious business should not ignore digital. And it's no longer digital marketing. It's digital growth. You use digital for growth.
I like that word.
Yeah. So I'm using. So my goal is how do I contribute to creating a better Africa using golf and digital platforms. So I've created a platform called Insights on Africa. It's launching very soon. And it's centered around golf. It's got what are called collections, which is there's an Africa Golf Club where players can connect. You know, you look at a golf course in South Africa, it can have 5,000 members, but you won't know everybody who's there.
Yes.
But guess what? If those members are on our platform, you're now able to see, oh, so and so that I wanted to meet is actually a member at my golf, and you can actually connect with them. You know, similarly, if you're going to Kenya, Mutaiga Golf Club, you can say, I'm coming to Kenya. People will look at your profile and say, oh, okay, this guy is into fintech. So let me play with him. And you set up a game. So I want to use golf to connect. But I also have created other collections on the platform, which are for non-golfers. So that they also learn.
Okay. How do you get that connection of these big people? Because I know you are close to some ministers of Africa, some presidents also, president sons of Africa.
So I think that when you are someone that is free to interact with people, eventually you are connected to anybody.
No way. There are a lot of people who are easy to interact, but they don't get those big connections.
So I think for me, it's just been a case of having access to the right people. So I've been fortunate that I've been associated before with an organization called Young Presidents Organization, YPO. It's a global CEO networking organization, probably the most valuable CEO networking organization. And through that, I've been able to be exposed to top people in business and outside of business, in NGOs. And the real reason is because YPO is driven by the need not to have assumptions. So if there's a problem, you need to go to the root cause and understand. If it's a person, if it's a president, go and ask him.
So meaning that you are telling others that they have to meet people, they have to go out and meet people, they have to connect. Because you never know who you will connect with. He knows who.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Have you ever failed in your business? Because I know you do import, you do export. For now, you do also digital agency, also you connect people, playing golf, of course. So have you ever failed in your business?
I would like to say that first and foremost, I respect a lot of Zimbabwean entrepreneurs. I respect all entrepreneurs because I don't think there's an entrepreneur who's a true entrepreneur who's never failed. Okay. The first journey is to actually embrace failing because it's guaranteed. If there's one thing that is guaranteed in entrepreneurship,
yes,
it's you will fail at some point. But I don't think it's failing. I just now call it lessons.
Learning,
you pay school fees.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a different type of school fees. So I've failed so many times. I've paid school fees so many times, including getting into a space and you're going to the bank, you already have planned, and you get there, the bank is closed. Like closed forever.
And your money is there.
Your money is there. And you say, so what happens? You know, the bank is closed.
No way.
Yeah, and that's it. And you have to start again.
How do you come up?
You cry first. Okay. You know, because you think maybe if you cry, things will get better, but they won't.
Okay.
So after crying, you realize that, you know, the next thing that you have to do is get up.
How do you get up?
So there are so many ways. Sometimes you have to look for another business to do. And one of the easiest ways to get funding is supplier credit. Okay. But it's not easy because you have to prove that, you know, you have a market. But you can actually start a business if you have a market without capital. Okay. Because if you can go to a supplier that wants your market and you can prove that you have that market, they can take a risk on you.
Chad Chawanda, I wish that I'll be talking with you. We'll get back again. This is AS Dream Inspire, Dream Properties again with you with Chad Chawanda, all the way from Zimbabwe. Entrepreneur, young entrepreneur, one of the below 40s. So, I remember 2019, there was a story in Zimbabwe. No way. It's on Namibia, I think.
Yes.
2019.
Yes, it was Namibia.
Intra Africa started from there. I remember I saw this on one of your posts, the old posts.
Yes.
That Intra Africa Trader started from there.
So the name Intra Africa Trader started from there. I met a gentleman who was working for Afrexim Bank. Sadly, passed on during COVID, and may God bless his soul. God bless his soul. Yes, and he asked me, "What do you do?" And I said, "I do import and export." He says, "Where?" I said, "From Zimbabwe, South Africa, Botswana." He says, "Oh, you're an Intra Africa Trader." I said, What is that?" He says, "That's what you do." I said, "Oh, okay." And then I just went and I changed my social media profiles and I said, "Okay, I'm an Intra Africa Trader." Okay. And this gentleman worked for a bank called Afrexim Bank. And sadly, a lot of people don't even know about this bank. But if you know Dangote, Aliko, you should know Afrexim Bank. If you know Strive Masiwa, you should know Afrexim Bank. Which bank supports those entrepreneurs?
What does that bank do?
So Afrexim Bank is a bank that actually was formed coming out of Africa Development Bank. And it's a bank that is headquartered in Egypt, and its real name is Africa Export and Import Bank.
Most of the people know, I know that you heard about this. I'm the one of them. So we are together on this. Okay, Afrexim.
So Afrexim Bank. So the first time I actually knew about the bank, I was in Zimbabwe, and I was looking for money. I couldn't find it, you know. So I realized that I saw an article that a bank in Zimbabwe had $20 million, but they couldn't find takers. So I said, no, it doesn't make sense. So I went there and I said, you had 20 million and you couldn't find it. I mean, you couldn't find takers. Yeah. Where did you take it back? And they said, to Afrexim Bank. I said, okay, thanks. Then I went and I checked online and I realized Afrexim Bank was actually in Harare. So I set up an appointment. I said, I'm going to get that money. Went to Afrexim Bank in Harare, at Eastgate in Harare. And they said, what do you want? I said, I need $100,000. You have 20 million.
Yes.
You were given. You can't tell me you don't have money. You have it.
Yes.
What do I need to do to get 100,000? Then they said, no. It's too little. We fund 20 million and above. I said, no. You're not understanding. I mean, exports, I've Googled, I've checked about you. I mean, exports, I have audited accounts. I need 100,000. They said, no, only 20 million and above. So I said, what must I do? They say, build your business until it gets to 20 million. So that was my first lesson. That's how I got to know Afrexim Bank.
Thank you. And talking about the African businessman, African entrepreneur, how hard or how easy it is to do business in other parts of the world, in Zimbabwe or even other parts of the world?
So entrepreneurship is difficult. I actually say that anyone who embarks on entrepreneurship, they are very close to people who are mad, because no person who is always sane will take entrepreneurship, because sometimes you have to make decisions that everybody look at you and say, what are you doing now? But at the end of the day, when you go and you cross over, they will clap hands for you. You know, but when you don't cross over, they will tell you why everything is wrong that you have taken and you've done. So yeah, there is opportunities across the globe, but as an African entrepreneur, I think you have to look at Africa, but you must learn from other parts of the globe. Yeah. So I think, doing a business as an entrepreneur, as an African entrepreneur, is possible. There are guys in the US who are in business. There are guys in China now who are doing business. The same way that the Chinese are going across the globe. 20 years ago, in Africa, when you heard that something is from China, you wouldn't even want to touch it.
Yeah, of course.
Today, we are driving Chinese cars. The day will come when we will be driving African cars.
Thank you. I believe in that.
Yeah.
We'll have another break and then we'll come back. We are back with you again with Chad Chawanda. I cannot say enough because the time is limiting us. I wish we could, I think, at least a day with you. Chad Chawanda. Everyone likes to be like you. Simple guy, simple millionaire, below 40. I wish the people will need to know exactly what you have done. You can tell them, share the secret, please, so that they can be like you. Traveling all over the world playing golf. It is one guy who took, but no, I'll not put it here. So let us go.
All right. So I think the first thing is that we need to know, as Africans, that we are great. We are not inferior. We were all born and built equal across the globe. I look at humanity, and I look at skills, and I look at a person's heart. So we have to believe in ourselves. So even if you're not African, you're Indian, in India, but you want to get into entrepreneurship, the first thing is you must believe in yourself. And that belief comes from, sometimes it even comes from changing how you look physically. What do I mean by that? Start exercising. If you feel you're too big, start exercising, because that changes how you feel. If you think you're not strong, go to the gym, get fit, challenge yourself. If you've never gone out for a run, try it. It's the basics. It starts from there. That's how I think. That's what I think. Because once you believe that you can achieve it, you will. It might take a long time, but you will. So I think that if one wants to embark on a journey, they must believe that they will achieve it. Even if they see someone that had not started and started late, overtaking them, the journey is different for everybody. You know.
The Coffee Republic, I'll just take you out there a little.
Yeah.
The Coffee Republic in Zimbabwe. The idea, where did it come from? The idea of opening that coffee shop.
So funny enough, my partners in Zimbabwe, we have a chicken restaurant, and on this chicken restaurant, when we were growing, we looked and we said, how are we going to be innovative and different? We wanted to maximize space, so we left an open space in the store. We had one counter and we created another counter without anything. We didn't know what we were going to put there, and we left it there. And through traveling, we realized people love Starbucks. And we're like, but how come there's nothing like Starbucks in Zimbabwe? So we decided that we were going to build a local Starbucks. And that's how we started.
Okay. Thank you so much. We'll be back again extending this one. Thank you so much. We are back and winding up. So, Chad, you must have something to add, I'm sure, because we have a little to add on our show.
Thank you. I think the most important thing is that we need to learn from other markets, China, India, Russia, the guys that got into the markets late, right? Okay. And what is that? One of the key things is we need to be visible and to be present in capital markets. And Dubai is a capital market. We need to be here, so that we can speak the language. We can interact with the right people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awkward moments which happen to you here in Dubai. There are some?
So again, this is Dubai. It's an interesting thing, but in a positive way.
Yeah.
So I came with my wife and she was pregnant, and she went somewhere else. She was shopping, looking at different things, and I got a call from 2 Nigerians, and they said, "Are you so and so's husband?" I'm like, "Oh no, what's happening now?" I said, "Yes." They said, "Where are you? We're coming there. We're with her." So I'm like, "What?" So anyway, they came. They said, "This is our sister. She didn't look well, and she asked for help. So we thought we would come with her."
What were you figuring on your mind?
Oh man, that's I actually I have a lot of Nigerian friends and we laugh about so many things.
Yes.
But at that point, I thought, what is happening?
I'm on it again.
Yeah, and how your heart, or that paradigm shift.
Yes.
When the guys come, they didn't ask for money. They didn't ask for anything. They said, we wanted to make sure that we take her to you and she arrives safely. I said, what happens to people in Dubai? She says, no. They said, no. We didn't want her to then have any challenges. Maybe she would faint or something, we don't know. And I'm like, I love Africa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Chad, for your time. And I know how busy you are playing golf everywhere. And I'm welcoming you in Dubai now.
Thank you very much.
Please feel welcomed. Brothers are here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. This is Elias Mbeki on the TV talk show, the Dream Inspire TV talk show. So the end of this one is the arranging of the next one. From here, we're discussing with Chad Chawanda all the way from Zimbabwe, and he was telling us how he succeeded in this market here in Dubai, and also he succeeded there in Africa, because we know how to make it and how he made it. So it's your time now to start to do sleep a little like him. Till next time, to our next show. Thank you so much. Stay safe.